Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lainey and I am a current VIP Kid teacher and a recent hire with Outschool. I'm here to talk to you today about what it takes to sell out your Outschool classes. I have been a teacher with Outschool for only 2 weeks and have sold out 95% of my classes. And I know that this is a hot topic on the Facebook cohort Outschool group, and I would love to share all of the insight that I have learned over the past 2 weeks to help me sell out my classes. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and lead you right here to my Instagram. If you're not already following me, I'm going to encourage you to do that because I share a lot on my Instagram stories about Outschool. So if you have any questions, you can always DM me there, or you can post a comment down below and I'm happy to answer. Also, make sure that if you're not already subscribed to my channel, that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I have so many Outschool videos planned to come out over the next few weeks that are going to literally take your Outschool classes to the next level, and for you to be able to sell out just like I've been doing and to stand out from the crowd. My next video that's going to be coming out is all about how to stand out from the other teachers on Outschool. So again, make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on when that's uploaded. I'm also going to start something really cool here. If you have followed me on Instagram, you know that I love to share other Outschool teachers' classes, and I would love to shout out other Outschool teachers here on my YouTube as well. So feel free to comment down below with what your Outschool class is, and every week when I post a new video, I will give a shout out to that teacher and share it here on my YouTube. Let's get started. The first tip that I have for you is to figure out your niche. What area, what age, what topic are you going to succeed the most at? I know when I first started with Outschool, I had so many ideas floating in my head. I was literally all over the place. I'm going to teach doodling to middle schoolers. I'm going to teach science stuff to preschoolers. It was literally all over the place. But from what I found, you're going to do best if you can figure out what your niche is and specialize in that. Stick to that and offer a variety of classes for that topic or for that age range. For me, I know that I do best with the younger crowd. So at this point, I'm really sticking to mainly the 4 to 6 year old range. And I know that I am very energetic. I'm very high-paced, and that works well for that age range, and I know where my strengths lie and where they do not. I'm not as great with the older kids as I would like to be, and that's okay. You don't have to be great with every age range. Know where your strengths lie and stick to those. The second tip that I have for you is to make sure that you're putting in the work. It does take time to plan a lesson, and if you are creating your first class, or maybe it's a new class that you're offering, make sure that you're putting in the work, because parents are going to know whether you have or not. And that means doing your research. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to go ahead and link here a video to my other I'm going to go ahead and link here to my other video where I shared how I planned my first lesson. And I did a ton of research, and that means a lot. It's me learning more than what I actually need to teach. And sometimes that's what it takes. I'm not an expert in science. I didn't go to school for science. I'm not even a teacher. But I am offering something really, really great and really fun. And it's because I'm taking the time to understand what I'm teaching these children, and even going beyond that so I can make sure that I'm prepared. Because if you're not prepared, the parents will know that. Now, when I say put in the work, that also means that you might need to learn something new. You might need to offer something that's a little bit extra. Maybe that means creating printables for your classroom. And that's also a video that I'm going to have coming out soon, is how I create my own printable handouts and documents that I give to the kids in my class, and how I do them from scratch. I make them I make them on my own, and they're my original documents that I make, and I do it through Canva, and I take the time to do that because it makes a difference. If parents are impressed by what you're giving their children and what you're offering to them, they are going to suggest your class to other friends and family, and that's what you want. You want them to be so impressed that they're willing to share what they have learned and what they have experienced in your classroom with other parents so that you can get more parents to enroll. My third tip for you is going to be for you to make sure you're giving your classes a really catchy title. Don't be boring. Stand out from the crowd. You don't want to teach a class about worms and for it to say a class about worms. You want to make it stand out. Some examples that I have a lot of science-based classes, and the first class that I ever created was Astronaut Training 101, How to Become an Astronaut. And this is actually supposed to be a pretend training course for 4 to 6-year-olds to complete in order to learn more about how to become an astronaut so that one day they can be an astronaut. And even at the end of the class, I give them a certificate to show that they have completed the training. This is taking it up a notch, or 12, I don't know. But what you need to do is you need to make sure you're giving it a catchy title. Give it a little bit more than just a class description. I just recently submitted a new class and it is all about Jupiter. The title that I gave it is Exploring Jupiter, the coolest planet, and in parentheses I put other than Earth. I tried to make it like a little funny and I wanted to give it something different, and I think that makes a difference also. I also have another class that's called Storm Chasing 101, How to Become a Storm Chaser. You see that I'm going with a theme here? I'm going with a theme, but I'm making the titles catchy and I'm making them my own. You don't want it to be boring. You want to stand out from what everyone else is doing. Another easy way that you can stand out and that can help you to sell your Outschool classes is to put yourself in your pictures. So whenever you create a new class and you upload an image, it would be a good idea for you to market yourself. And parents know what my classes are, which ones are mine, without having to like look at anything, because my picture is in every class photo that I upload. So I have my Paleontology 101, and it is a picture of me with a dinosaur. So they don't even have to look and see, gosh, who is this teacher? They know immediately. If they've had a class with me, they know, oh wow, that's Miss Laney right there. I'm gonna go ahead and book this one right now. And I try and put myself in every single picture. I also use the same picture. It's a picture of me with headphones, and I wanted to make it super recognizable because I am a brand. I have a blog, I have my teacher Instagram, and I also have my Outschool stuff. And I want to make sure that parents know who I am. I want every single time them to recognize that picture. So that's why I use the same picture in every single photo. So this next tip is going to be probably one of the top 2 tips that I'm going to give you in order to sell out all of your Outschool classes. And that is to make sure that you are original. I know that it can be an easy way out to look at what other teachers are doing and decide, okay, I like that idea, I'm gonna roll with that. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. It's very important for you to be creative. It's very important for you to be unique, not only with Outschool, but in life in general. Like I said before, that includes doing the work. You have to put the work in. That means putting the work in what you're offering and making yourself stand out from what everybody else is doing. Also, make sure that you're hitting subscribe and that notification bell, because the next video that I have coming out is all about how to stand out from every other teacher that's on Outschool. Tips that you can use for you to make sure that you are different and unique and that parents are going to notice your class over what everyone else is doing. It's very important for you to make sure that you're unique. I know it's very easy, and something that I also did is to look at what other teachers are doing, using their descriptions for their classes, what their headlines are, their titles, all of that. That's perfectly fine. You should look at actually a number of them. Don't look at one and copy and paste. No. Look at a ton of them and decide what you think is great that they're doing and what's not so great. And maybe take some tips from a number of teachers and what they're doing. Do not hit the copy and paste button. It's not going to benefit you in any way, and you're not going to be successful with Outschool if you're doing exactly what somebody else is doing. Offer something that nobody else is offering and make sure that you're doing it in a very unique and different way, because that's what stands out to parents and what makes you different than every other teacher, and parents want to book instead of something boring and the same as what everybody else is offering. Next tip is to make sure that you deliver. This is also one of my top 2. Make sure that you are living up to the expectations that these parents are expecting. Literally, I am an Outschool parent. I have a 4.5-year-old, and she loves taking Outschool classes. She takes a minimum of 1 a day. Right now, she's been taking 3 a day. That's how much she loves Outschool. But for me, I have expectations as a parent, and that's outside of me being an Outschool teacher. I was an Outschool parent prior to me being an Outschool teacher, and I have expectations, and so do the parents. If you're promising something in your description of what this class is going to be, if it's saying that it's going to be engaging and interactive and fun and interesting, make it those things. If you're not delivering, they're not going to want to put them in another class with you. And that's really important, because what you want is for these learners to keep coming back for your classes. You want them to have such a great time that they are coming back over and over again, which is something that's working for me. I am making my classes fun and engaging as much as I can so that these students want to come back and have every single class with me. Again, also part of why I have a niche and why I am sticking to a certain age range, so that these students can keep coming back over and over and over again, because they love and enjoy having class with me. And my very last tip for you is going to be to follow up with parents. One thing that I've learned over the past 2 weeks is that I get more response and more positive feedback from parents if after class I send a short note to tell them that I was really happy to meet their learner, or if I even send a document like my astronaut training class where I send them a certificate of completion. And it's just one extra step, that you can do, which was a tip that I learned from my referrer, Melissa. And she offered that for her classes, for her drawing princesses and crowns class. And I thought that was so amazing. So if you're asking me, I think that following up with parents is going to definitely take it up a notch. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be one short little line. Sometimes all I put is, it was so great to meet Ethan today. I enjoyed having him in class and I hope to see him again soon. That's one quick and easy way that you can send after class, and you can copy and paste, change the learner's name, just to make that student and that parent feel special and that you really cared about having them in your class. I really hope that these tips were helpful for you and that you could start to see a lot of success, and your classes will really start to book, hopefully fully. I know that they've been working for me, and I really, really hope that they work for you. If you like today's video and all the tips that I gave, be sure to like it and make sure that you comment down below if you are a current Outschool teacher and you have a class that you would like for me to possibly share with everybody else on my next YouTube video, which will be how to stand out from the rest of the Outschool teachers and ways for you to sell out even more. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.